How can a seeker identify a truly enlightened teacher?
Okay. So if you become enlightened, enlightenment will look like you because you'll be enlightened. Enlightenment doesn't have a look. Enlightenment is not about being elegant. It's not about being soft. It's not about being gently spoken. Enlightenment's not about knowing spiritual understandings. Enlightenment is simply when awareness that is aware of the mind becomes aware of itself and stays aware of itself. That's it. And the only way you can tell if someone's enlightened is if they have a Buddha field. And that Buddha field needs to be there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If it's not there, enlightenment has not happened. Maybe people are having satoris, where they're having glimpses. Maybe they can self-inquire and turn awareness back onto itself temporarily. I call these people half-baked enlightened, not fully awake. And unfortunately, in the world today, there is a lot of these type of people teaching. They haven't come home fully because they haven't surrendered something, and they're teaching. And all someone who's not awake can teach anyone is how to get lost. Because they don't know the way home, otherwise they'd be home. Someone who's home or fully enlightened has a Buddha field 24 hours a day. Because if you wake up, enlightenment is going to look like you and talk like you. It's not going to talk like some other guru that you've seen or someone else. It's going to be like you. So enlightenment doesn't actually have a look. It has a feel. A Buddha field around someone who's awake can be felt. If the teacher doesn't have a Buddha field, the teacher is simply not awake.
What's the difference between an enlightened teacher and an enlightened master?
Basically, that's skill set. Someone can wake up and not have any skill in how to deal with people, and they are awake, they're enlightened, but they haven't mastered their own mind, and they don't really know how to help people that much. Someone who has mastered their own mind, someone who's seen through their mind fully, someone who's seen how to heal wounds inside themselves fully, someone who knows how to do that with other people. Now we're talking about someone who has skill, someone who has mastered their mind. And there's a big difference between someone who's mastered their mind and someone who has not.
You were speaking before about what you term half-baked teachers who aren't fully enlightened yet. Is there any value to those teachers, to the seeker who doesn't have access or can't find an awake, fully awake person?
Depends how advanced you are yourself, because all that someone who's very advanced needs is a Buddha field, even if it's only a temporary Buddha field from someone who's semi-awake. But to be that advanced, you've had to have done a fair bit of work on yourself. A mind that will support enlightenment is a mind that has been stripped down, not a mind that still contracts every time the world doesn't agree with it. that sort of mind will attract awareness back to itself and away from itself. The work is simple. You just take away everything that's in the way. Everything that's in the way of the perception of love, everything that's in the way of beingness. And so you undo the mind. It's not a building up, making bigger, better, more powerful process like personal growth is. It is a complete undoing process. Someone who's awake fully has been undone, because none of us were programmed for enlightenment. We were all programmed for resistance, which means we're all programmed for suffering. Someone who's enlightened does not suffer anymore because they do not resist anymore. They learn unconditional surrender through the practice of acceptance and let go.
Why do you think there's so much corruption in the spiritual field?
It's the same in any field of endeavour that human beings are involved in. People want power. People want money. People want to be famous. People want to make a living out of being a somebody. And that doesn't happen if you wake up, because the somebody disappears.